right, there we
Hi,
go.
everybody.
Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? Welcome.
Hope you're doing well. I'm Liz, as usual, anime editor at honeysanime.com.
And I am Fonzie, the editor-in-chief and senior manager of the company for Honey's Anime and Q-Top Inc. Welcome to another podcast that we have going on here.
Yeah. Another clearly pandemic hair
Yeah.
podcast.
I'm playing it
We've
safe.
been very busy.
I'm social
And,
distancing.
yeah.
I'm washing my hands, wearing my mask. I
Not
have
getting
not
haircuts.
gone to the barber. I don't
Clearly.
care about my hair that much to go to the barber or to have a hissy fit. But anywho, yeah.
So
simple.
welcome to, like Fonzie was saying earlier, our Hivecast. Right? We don't live in a pod, we live in a hive. So this is our mid-season winter 2021 anime
So
podcast,
far.
basically. So far, we're going
Mhm.
to discuss where all the anime we're watching right now is. You guys really seem to enjoy when we did that for spring anime, so we want to make sure we bring you guys what you want. This season is just amazing, as you all know, and there are just way too many anime to watch, really. And
lot.
so even though we normally cover anywhere between 14, 15 to 23, 24 anime, this time
On average.
we usually end up on like 18 to 20 total, but this time we're already up to 28 even after dropping
I know.
stuff.
We dropped a few.
Yeah.
We're still at
And
28
we're still
episodes.
at 28 anime. So it's pretty amazing. So
Yeah.
needless to say, we're going to try to go quick because otherwise we're going to be here for 4 hours.
we have a timer. We're doing things a little different because we kind of dragged it a little too long last time. So we're giving ourselves a minute each to explain our feelings for the anime so far, which shouldn't be too tough, to tell you the truth.
It's actually kind of cool of a challenge.
it is,
It's like,
it
okay,
is.
this anime in a minute, go.
Yeah, so
that's what we're gonna
that
try
is
to do.
what we're going to attempt to do. So,
Let's go.
yeah, let's do this. First one. You guys ready?
Okay, wait. So a little bit
Oh.
more setup. So the order that we're going to do these are in order of popularities to make sure that we get the most important ones or the ones that people really want to hear about first. We don't necessarily agree that some of these should be at the top, but we'll just go in that order anyway. So
This is what from Mall, of my anime list. So
yeah, this is based on popularity on my
user
anime
ranking
list. So
and
it's
stuff, yeah.
user ranking. It's just a way to sort it, really.
Yeah,
It
we'll see.
doesn't mean anything. It's just a way to sort it in a way that hopefully will help you guys.
yeah, hopefully. I mean, take our opinions with a grain of salt if you want, but yeah. Let's get started then.
Okay.
All right, first
All
one.
right. First one is Attack on Titan.
Attack on
Shingeki no
Titan.
Kyojin final season is just amazing. Are we counting time? Are we on time? Show me the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, go.
So, Attack on Titan, it started since December, so we're pretty far in, and everything's just been amazing. Shocking, we were kind of waiting to see Eren for the longest time, and then we finally did. It was like the most shocking thing ever, and there's just destruction, too many emotions, and now we've had a major loss. Major loss that has hit all of us really hard, and I like
Disclaimer,
that.
it should go
without saying that there's spoilers in
these are
this,
spoilers.
obviously.
Okay. Everything's going to be spoilers.
Everything.
All right.
So this little girl, Gabby is to me like a mini Eren, and I think that's really interesting. I hate her because of what she did to our potato girl, but she's a new Eren, and I'm really interested to see where this goes, and it's just so exciting, edge of the seat every time.
It was really, really sad. And what do you know? That was a good minute
Nice,
right there.
go for it.
Nice, okay. Oh, there we go.
it
That
makes
was the
a
time.
sound.
All right, so my turn. Go. Okay, so I got a minute. Yeah, everything that she said was awesome. Ditto. The action scenes and the fights that they started going at the beginning, and we got to see the other Titans, especially the what was it? The Assault Titan.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, it was intense. Or the hammer with the little hammer and everything. Like, oh my gosh. The fact that Eren, definitely got a hold of some of the Titans and was able to eat them and got some of them powers. Although there was a little twist in one of them. That one's great. To actually see the emotions of what they were going through, like, you know, Reinhard and all the other characters that were actually part of the was it Marlin country, and they infiltrated and did the whole spy thing. Were causing so much chaos because of what beliefs they had, you know, believed in, what they were filled in, and brainwashed, and they realized it, and now it's like, oh, they feel so bad, especially Reiner, and like that really hit me the most. That was awesome. Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah, so there's definitely a lot to watch, a lot to enjoy, a lot to feel in Attack on Titan. It's gonna be an amazing finish, an amazing ending for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, we did pretty good.
Okay.
The first one, right? Okay.
All right, next one. You
ready?
Okay,
next one. Re:Zero, part 2 of season 2 of Re:Zero, which feels like it should be the ending of something, but probably not. So, oh my god. Oh my god. So it's first of all,
pretty damn
we still don't have a Rem, which, okay, that's fine. But we finally got some development in regards to Emilia and Subaru. Like, it's not something that's not going to happen, something that's just kind of going to be a running gag or anything. It's for real. It's important. It's interesting. And what's even more important, more interesting to me is seeing the history and Emilia's trials. Emilia's trials have been basically what we've all been questioning ourselves about since the beginning. The question of why the first season ends with like all that snowy place and Puck of all beings there.
I mean,
makes so much sense now.
Yeah,
so
they don't immediately apply it, but
it's really cool how by where we're at now, everything from the beginning, from the very beginning, it all makes sense. We see how. Beetlejuice, how they put it, how he came to be, how he was so crazy, and how it all came to be the way that it is, and that's really, really fun and really interesting, and I can't wait to see where it goes.
Yeah, that's really. I started the timer a little late. I had to give her a cue. Okay. Sorry, I'm not being rude. And yes, Rem is having a holiday. That's what I want to believe.
Yeah.
She's still my girl. She's still my girl. Okay, all right, let's go. Now, for Re:Zero, same points. I loved it a lot. I loved how we got to see how Beetlejuice, Romanicanti, got the way he did. Mind-blowing. That was awesome. Discovering the backstory to Emilia, the land, and how it turned into the Frost Country at that point. Awesome.
Her lost memories?
Yeah, her lost memories. And just leading up from the beginning of the series to where we're at right now, and the fact that how there were consequences and repercussions to what Subaru's actions had caused, especially for Emilia. She experienced him dying like who knows how many times, and Beatrice also experienced that, and the other girl with the clones. Oh, I forget her name. They all keep their memories, and they experience all this. So that was something that was crazy, and then also the fact that we're getting to see a new power that Subaru has that is coming up, and how he's challenging. Oh, what the heck is this? Why did it leave his name? The clown guy. Roswaal.
Roswaal.
And how he's challenging Roswaal now, and it's getting intense.
Roswaal looks like it's gonna work out for him. They're gonna rescue him. He's gonna be rescued from whatever torture he's going through.
Oh God, we'll see.
Clearly, poor guy.
Yeah, we'll see.
But anyway, so that's our 2 cents. Definitely. If you haven't seen it, catch up with it.
Yeah.
It's a great... I know people who have caught up with it just now and love it. So.
Right? Isn't it great?
It's pretty great.
All right, so the next
one is Horimiya. Horimiya is amazing. How are we doing? Timer on? Are we going?
Timer's on.
Right.
Go.
Horimiya is incredible. Horimiya is the best romance of this year. Dare I say now. Halfway through the first season in February. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the best romance of the year. It's great. I've never read the manga, light novels, anything, but it's just the character dynamics are amazing. I like that there's even though there's the awkwardness and the weirdness between the young couple, even though they're young and they're in school and all that.
It's not as bad.
It's not terrible, and it's kind of more realistic. Like, oh, I don't want to say that. Like, but not like, the bad guy. Like, it's not like that, you know? It's like more realistic. Oh, I feel like this. Okay. I can see that happening, and just Izumi is just, I mean, he's gorgeous. He's amazing. He's cool. He looks and thinks great, and all the other boys are cute too, and the girls are awesome. But yeah, Izumi is definitely the one that takes the cake from all the boys. I want to see more. for sure.
All right, my time. Let's go. Timer started. Okay, everything that she said is valid. Me being a guy, I don't know about it, but as far as I know, Izumi Miyamura is awesome as heck. Very ballsy for an individual because he got his tattoos and piercings in middle school, for Christ's sakes. So I mean, like, you know, that takes guts, and if that's his way of expressing himself, by all means, I love it. I'm all for it. So I love him for that, and the fact that, you know, he's also experiencing different situations with people now. He's got friends now, for Christ's sakes. Before, he always kept himself as a little shut in, but because of Hori-san, you know, opening him up a little bit, and actually the popular kids, you know, you see their genuine personality come out because of him, because they see what he's done and how extreme he is, and, you know, they kind of cave into society in the sense where they got to watch out for each other, and that's what they're doing, and he's experienced it now. He's a good boy.
He is a good
what
boy.
A lot of people have been saying. He's a good boy.
He's such a good boy. I feel so bad for his friend, but he's gonna be fine.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
His new love
interest?
possibility, love interest. Well, she likes him, but
That's
he'll like
true.
her. He'll like her back, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I hope so. Okay, next one. You guys ready?
Yes, next one. Guess. Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
I honestly kind of thought that was going to be higher in the rankings, but somehow it's not. Good job, Horimiya and the other seasons of things. But, okay, so Jujutsu Kaisen, the continuation, and this season we're seeing the competition, the schools competition, and everyone's going after Yuji, and not everyone, you know, but they're going after him. Some people want to kill him, and then the battles have just been, each battle has been so cool and so amazing and fun and funny. Like the funny battle, Yuji's battle is just hilarious.
Okay, yeah, that
and
is
they
really
have
funny.
this whole friendship in their head, and they imagine it, and it's just so funny. I'm drawing a blank on this guy's name. Does anybody remember names?
Oh no, I don't know.
But I love that.
That's what
fight.
happens when you watch a lot of anime. Too.
Yeah. Oh, Todo. Aoi Todo. He imagines that he's like best friends with him, and that's great. And then the battle between Panda and Mekamaru is just so psychological, but so awesome and so heartfelt. But my favorite so far has been the battle between the twins, because there's so much history there, and so much hurt, and so much that as a woman, I guess in general, you understand. And they have to face each other off, and that's really cool. So I love where it's going. Can't wait to see more battles. Love Jujutsu Kaisen.
Hell yeah. For me, same thing. Touching on all points from there, it was great. The battle scenes were awesome, especially Panda and Nekamaru. And then you also have the battle with what was the other guy? The buff guy and Yuji.
Todo.
Is that
that's
Toro?
The one that I was
that's
talking
Toro.
about. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Toro. Okay, yeah. Talk about someone who loves fighting and loves to have the person he's fighting against be just as passionate as he is. To dub him best friend and all that stuff. That was a great relationship right there. That was intense. And then the fight with Maki? The girl with Maki, the girl with the glasses. Oh, woo! Man, that girl is boss.
Oh my gosh, I know.
She is OP. She is great. She's intense. And then to know her backstory too, what she was going through, and how, you know, she had to try extra hard, and then her twin having to try extra hard, but, you know, having a lot of resent for it and all that stuff. But that was good. That was great so far. And then you get to know more about the society and how they're trying to go against Yuji. So I don't know about that.
And somehow the animation has just gotten better. Let me go back. We're going to go back to some comments. Going back to Re:Zero. Yes, it seems like Juice is Emilia's guardian. It seems like that was the point. And yes, I also think that Roswaal is in a similar position as Subaru in terms of powers. I think so too. Like, he's been looping, and he just kind of...
Yeah, he's kind of over
he needs an out,
just like
and
Beatrice.
Finally... Yeah, there are several of them kind of like who are done. He is a good boy as well. And yes, Nakayui, my kind of woman is Jennifer Lawrence. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So funny.
It's an ideal girl.
That whole fight is just hilarious.
All right.
Okay, so next, so that was great. Our next one is Mushoku Tensei, right?
Yes.
Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation. Interesting show. When it started, I definitely felt like I usually do with an isekai, and kind of like, all right, let's do this again. Let's see where this goes. And then it started kind of feeling like Wise Man's Grandchild. And then it kind of does still.
Yeah.
But in a more mature way. Like, the guy was way older, and he's kind of learning things about himself and life.
That is true.
He really, like, he was reincarnated. He's grown up. He's still a child, at least in the last episode that we saw. And he was reborn, but he wasn't truly reborn until he faced that fear of leaving, of going outside, of not being where he's safe with his family and his tutor.
That's true.
That's when he truly was reborn, and when his reincarnation really started, I think. But he still kind of has a little bit of a malice that I don't know where he's going to go with this. Like, he's not overpowered. He's not an exceptionally good person. He's not special in any way, and he's still kind of, like, creepy sometimes. So it's like, I'm curious to see where it goes, because it doesn't seem like the normal isekai.
That's true. That's actually something to think about. All right, since it's my turn, I agree. And well, the one thing I really want to point out is, Nakayubi, it has great pacing. It's very nice. The fact that he literally does get a second chance at life, isekai, albeit, but like the way they showed how his life was before and how he's living it now, and he quite literally gets to restart, or he gets to start over. It's awesome. He has that self-realization. It's something I like to see a character have, because that just means more development's gonna come in. I do have this strong feeling he is gonna be freaking OP later on. Like, because I mean, the fact that he has the mindset of a grown-up already. He's easily adaptable. He can understand things. He's quick at judgment and reasonable and everything, the whole 9 yards, basically. Like, so that's why if any of us were to retain our memories and our knowledge and whatnot and start over, we'd be making names for ourselves, you know?
Yeah.
We would. And so that's what I see him going through. And then, like, his parents and how his dad's, like, just so horny and stuff.
Oh, that whole thing with the pregnant maid.
It's like, and that whole thing with the pregnant maid.
It might be mine. What? What do you mean? But that's another thing that makes it different, and so it's cool. So if you want to try some different isekai, definitely check that out. Jobless Reincarnation. It's really good.
All right, next one. Dr. Stone Wars is going really well. Love it. Go. Yes.
Still amazing. We're finally going to get to see the confrontation. We love experiments. We love science. But we really want to see where this all goes. And it's been interesting so far to see that Tsukasa's gang isn't just a bunch of brainless morons, brainless muscleheads, which is what I assumed he was going to have. But of course not, because Tsukasa himself is very smart. He's very intelligent.
Yeah, he is.
So it's like he's, even in the last episode, he's a step ahead or behind. He's not even, they're at the same pace. It's like Senku says, let's do this so they won't expect it. He's not really dead. Let's do this so they won't expect it. They're gonna do this. It's like, let's make a car so they don't expect it. Yeah. He's gonna show up in a car. And it's like, what the hell? Damn, Tsukasa. Like, how are they gonna beat him? So it's really cool to see that he's actually gonna put up a challenge other than brute force.
Very
so
true.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's true. I am very curious to see about the war. Personally, I don't think we're going to see that this season. I think this season's only...
It's just the setup.
It's a setup. The season's to see how many
the war happens
people...
in spring.
Yeah, it happens in spring. It's still winter. It's still winter. You know, we're getting over it. But nothing's going to happen. This whole season is basically just to see how many people Tsukasa can lose. And Senku can defect, you know? That's what we're seeing. We already saw it with one person. We're about to see it with another. I'm pretty sure, yeah.
And that boy with the good hearing, that
Oh,
didn't,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he didn't side, but he didn't turn them in either.
He didn't turn them in either,
So
yeah.
there's something for him to gain.
And so they all have their own agenda. Like, that's basically what you can say right now. But I love it a lot. And albeit a little predictable, because Tsukasa's always going to be one step behind. Just barely,
Just
though.
barely,
That's
yeah.
where the excitement's at, and that's why I like it, too. I mean, it is predictable, but, it's great, though.
It
It's
is.
so good.
It's a good shonen.
Very good shonen.
I think it's a good shonen. You know, like, I think so it's they have to be predictable. The hero has to win if you're going to have that shonen feeling. But it's good. It's well done.
Very well done, yes.
We like it.
All right,
Next, we
next
have
one.
Wonder Egg Priority.
Woo! Wonder Egg
Wonder Egg Priority is higher than I expected in the popularity rankings, at least on Mal that we're using just for this.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not surprised because it's very different. It's very unique. They were very discreet and very quiet when they were promoting it, and they didn't really give out a lot of information at first. So it was really, we didn't know what to expect until it started. Oh, I can go. And so
maybe 20 seconds.
For Wonder Egg Priority, I am enjoying it definitely has a Madoka Magica.
Yeah, it
feeling,
does. Put them
for
Madoka Magica.
sure. Like, it does.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It has the psychological, the loss, the sense of loss, the sense of losing a friend. In this case, they all kind of seem to be related to suicide and bullying and depression and anxiety and a lot of mental health issues that we all have in the world everywhere. But in some places, it's been accepted a little more slowly, so it's really cool that they're making this anime that is to support this kind of situation and people who suffer these mental health issues and stuff. And the art is beautiful, and the approach that they're taking is great, and it's kind of like a magical girl drama, crazy fun ride.
It's a fun ride indeed. All right, here we go. I'll go. Yes, it reminds me of Puella Madoka Magica. Very, very much. It has an interesting pace. Obviously episodic. We're getting to know some of the characters a little more, especially one in particular. Other than that, I definitely want to learn more about the world that they're going in and the main purpose of why they're actually a part of it and what's going to happen. Because this almost seems kind of like a Gipner kind of thing.
Yeah.
Glipner, sorry. That, because, they have a motive. They're trying to collect coins and all this stuff. There obviously is some sort of motive where they have to get these eggs and, crack them so they can complete their mission and save the people that are part of this. And again, yeah, it being a lot about suicidal stuff, just harassment and other deep feelings that people would go through and all that stuff. It also seems like a PSA in a sense to bring awareness in that realm
into mental health issues,
into mental
right?
health issues and stuff like that.
It's really nice.
It's intriguing.
Like it.
It's really intriguing.
Yeah.
I'm still curious. We're not a whole lot has been indulged.
Not a lot has been.
But I have a feeling it's gonna be great.
Also, when you get a chance, I'm not sure if it just published or if it's gonna publish over the weekend. But we have an article, which are our impressions or kind of Yeah, it's about Wonder Egg Priority. Is to make an omelet, you have to break some eggs or something is the title. And writer Andromash makes a good point about certain things that are happening and relating to the eggs and the egg symbolism in the show and what it kind of might mean, and maybe even some possible spoilers in the intro and outro and things. So it's really interesting. Go on Honey's Anime and look up that Wonder Egg article. It's really interesting.
It's
so
really
check it out.
good. Yeah,
because it's
I do
an
like
interesting
it.
show. All right. Our next one is one we've been waiting for such a long time. World Trigger Season 2.
I had
finally.
How many? 5 years? 6 years at least? We've been maybe 7. Maybe no.
4 years. 4 years.
Was it 4 years?
April 2016 is when it last stopped.
Oh, okay, go.
So okay, love it. I love that it started from the very beginning, first moment, opening scene,
right
action.
where it left off.
just as if as if 6 years hadn't gone by. It just go. Hit the ground running. Action, action, action. But we get to meet the Galopura team, so we do get to meet some new characters right away.
Mm-hmm.
So much so that we don't see our favorite team until just
not
last
right away.
episode.
Yeah.
And episode 5 or 6 is when we first get to see. No, 5 is when we get to see Osamu and Kuga and everyone who we've been waiting to see. But
And
Chica with her badass Trion shooting, crazy girl. But yes, it's been really interesting to see. We finally saw what's gonna happen with what's his name, Hans or whatever, the blonde that they have. Hughes.
Oh,
their
the
prisoner of war.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen with him is great. The kids are doing great in their competition. Miden really sent back all the attackers, and it looks like everyone's gonna be able to go to space. So that's really all we want. We want the battles to finish so they can all go and we can move on. But so far it's been great. Just action all the time. Love it.
Nice. Ditto. I'm super excited on all fronts that Liz just mentioned right now. World Trigger, I'm so excited that it's back. I'm really happy about it. Again, it just went right into the action. It did justice. Like in a good way. I really enjoyed it. If there's any key points that I really like about it is just being able to enjoy the tactitional representation of military like war or battles and stuff like that they actually have. Not to say that I'm one to love destruction or whatever like that. I like history, I like the whole war methodology about it because it's very tactitional, and in this show is very tactitional. Like every move, every thought process, it's been discussed, made sure that it's as accurate as possible. Like squads, having it in squads of 3, and then you have to like participate. You have to have different people doing different things, like covering different areas. It's like playing an FPS game. Maybe that's why I like it so much. It's like playing an FPS game. It is beautiful. You have your match squad that's good, and you guys will keep winning games, and that's what I get out of this. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Really fun.
It's fun. Yeah, exactly. It's exciting and fun to watch. Okay, and then we said yes, World Trigger. Oh yeah, Nakayubi mentioned something about Wonder Egg. They put more work into Wonder Egg than they did Promise Neverland, but I'm asking how so, and then we'll discuss when I get more info.
Well, I mean, if you're mentioning like how they're skipping an arc in the Promised Neverland, yeah, I can kind of see that. But at the same time, with like when you have manga and then you have anime series, there's like a committee for each one.
But does Wonder Egg even have a manga? Like no. So we can't even compare.
So that's the thing. Yeah, you can't compare it. So like it's probably the anime committee, and it's just how they decided to do things right off the bat. They're taking a chance. So when you're doing something like that, you kind of you want to just give all your bags. You want to give all your nuts in one bag and all that stuff.
And also, I feel too, because Wonder Egg is new, maybe they wanted to make sure it did well, so it's like just make it good, like make it beautiful, because the art and the animation is beautiful.
Because they are taking a chance. Promised Neverland.
It's like they know you're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
You're gonna watch it. So they're like, yeah, just make a regular anime. They don't have to go out of
this
their
week
way.
They had a recap of Promised Neverland with only 11. Oh, the recap episode. That's
already.
Right. Yeah. That's them trying to buy time so they can skip ahead from the arc
instead of using the arc that they skipped.
Yeah, like so
that makes sense.
I don't understand why they do that sometimes, but at the same time, like these committees, when they plan everything from the beginning, and they stick to the plan from all the way out, from merchandise, when the anime airs, when this merchandise is going to end, when the anime is going to end, when you want the OSTs, even the music, the OPs and EDs,
everything
all
is
that's scheduled
so
too.
far in advance.
And so it's hard to change things, because if you change something, then you have this big gap of nothing, and it's like, well, we're going to lose revenue, we're going to lose traffic and interest and all that stuff. So it's like it's a gamble for them to change things. So that's why when they have it in the beginning, they stick to it. Yeah, it's like, that's it.
And if they're given, it's like, okay, they got from the network. It's like, all right, well, you have 12 spaces. You only have 11 spaces. No, but we need 12. Well, you only get 11.
You only get 11.
It's like, damn it. Okay, well, we're going to have to do something.
That's why sometimes you have an episode where the last episode's like an hour long, maybe more.
Or they premiere it 2 episodes in one or something. synopsis. Otherwise, they won't.
It's interesting though.
It is interesting.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
All right, next.
But we'll see. All right, next one is the time I got reincarnated as a slime. Season 2 is awesome.
Love it.
Also, another really cool continuation we're getting to enjoy. Another nice isekai that is no longer an isekai. When does it stop being an isekai? This is a conversation we should have at some point. When does it stop being an isekai? Because, like, the first season, yeah, it was an isekai. But it hasn't been, like, you know, like, now it's not. Like, now it's just a fantasy story, I think. But it's still, it's really good. It's really fun. It's hilarious. Hilarious. I love the brothel visit. I like seeing Rimuru act like a normal human being, I guess. Not that there's anything wrong with him not acting normal, but it's fun to see him want to go to a brothel and enjoy boobies and stuff. Like, that's pretty cool. Like, that was really cool. And he takes all the boys. It's too bad they got in trouble, but that was really fun. I like that. So far, it's been really fun, but now it's getting serious with finally this happy kingdom is going to suffer that someone more powerful tries to take advantage. And, of course, they're not going to win against them, you know. Of course, Rimuru Tempest is always going to win, but it'll be fun to see. Hopefully it stays as funny, but also it's fun to see a little bit of serious.
Very true. I'll piggyback off of that, saying that, yeah, you know, we're starting to discover how greedy nations can be, how greedy people are, but how in some way, believe it or not, there's logic behind it. You know, like they're feeling threatened because now they don't get the same amount of exports that they've been getting because there's an easier route to get to, which is the Tempest country, the Tempest nation, and all that stuff. So I mean, it makes sense. This is where you get into the political part of it. But I do want to say, like, your theory, the discussion of whether, you know,
when does it stop being
when does isekai stop being an isekai? That's something that does need to be addressed. In a sense, I feel like it needs to stop being an isekai when the person's ready to just settle down and be like, you know what, this is my life, this is it. I'm not going back home. But if there's any inclination of going back home, it's still an isekai. That's what I think.
Okay.
But we won't know that unless you know the whole story of it, and at the same time, no author or creator is gonna give away any kind of information like that, because then it kind of just spoils the rest of the series. Because you might have a little more judgment and theories and like speculations to say once you know how one area of it ends. Like, if you know, like, he's gonna go back home, it's like, okay, well then I guess I'm just a part of the ride now. I'm just here for the ride.
But most of them are reincarnated, so technically they can't go back.
Most of them are, and
so
see,
then
that's the thing too. And so far, none of them have gone back. But
the whole definition of isekai is just new world. So yeah, like, but what about when it stops being new? Like, it's no longer, like, Konosuba's already on season whatever, and it's like, that's no longer a new world. Like, you've been there for years now.
But even with him, with the what's his name? Shoot,
who?
Konosuba, Kage? No.
Oh, Kazuma.
So like, even he has hope that he's gonna find a way to go back home. Like, he gives that every time. But anywho, yeah, that's what we were saying.
This is true. Okay, so there's a comment here from Nakayubi says, Nobody 17. I don't know much about isekai as I barely watch isekai anime. And I said some are pretty good, but not all. Definitely not all.
Yeah, no, very true.
And then Nakayubi says, then you get Re:Zero with them giving everyone 30 minutes episodes without doing OPs or EDs. It's just two very different approaches. Yeah. You can tell that people really care doing Re:Zero versus Promised Neverland.
That's true.
That's true. And Re:Zero also had a basically given audience, big, huge audience, as we can see from the rankings alone. So yeah, that's a good point to make.
Sorry, give me a second. What happened here?
But can you still hear us?
Yeah, they can still hear. I just don't know why it went back.
Oh, there. We're there. Yay, we're here.
Sorry, it disappeared.
But yes, it is two very different approaches. Promised Neverland definitely looks like they not phoned it in, but they definitely didn't put as much effort as some of the other series. Are we blurry?
No, we're not blurry, but the camera information is showing up on here now.
Oh. Okay, I don't know. We don't know what happened.
Here,
but
let me see if I can get rid of it. If it's
at
something
least
to...
no, but just what if you mess it up or just leave it? Oh, now see, now we're not even in focus.
Oh, 1 second. Let me get out. Stay there.
Okay, there. Focused. Sorry, guys.
Well, I don't know why the information is still there. I have to press the button in the back.
Okay, thank you guys. Sorry.
Let's just
Only
go.
our second live one here. Plus, it's a camera that we hadn't used other than the first time when didn't do so great, but we're doing better this time, I think. Okay, thank you guys for keeping us like what on top of what you can see and hear.
We can see, yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next.
All right.
We have.
So that was slime.
That was slime. So that's doing amazing.
Now we
Oh yeah. Okay. So this is
Skate.
one that was surprisingly good. Skate the Infinity is surprisingly good because when I first saw it, I figured it was just like a Bishonen collector anime. You know, like just a bunch of pretty boys and like kind of like a lackluster story. But no, it actually turned out it's very good. There's the character development is great. The relationship between Danga and Deki is awesome. Like it's definitely like a buddy comedy, but it also has a little bit of like shipping material for any Fujoshi out there watching with those goggles, you know, and it's fun. The animation is just incredible. The colors are brilliant and bright, and the comedy is great. All the best voice actors that you know from every show are in it.
That's true. Yeah,
it's
that's actually
fun.
very true.
The intro song is amazing. The beat's great. The OP animation, like everything. Great show. Watch it if you like skateboarding. You'll love it. If you don't, you're probably still gonna like it at least. And if you like pretty boys, you'll definitely like it.
All right, my turn. Yeah, I like it a lot. I like it on several different aspects. Mainly because I used to be a skater back in the day. You know, middle school, high school, you're a skateboarder going around. That show hits a spot. It's really nice. I like it a lot. You know, it covers a lot of moves and situations, skating with your friends and all that stuff. You have some sort of like underground hangouts where you do tricks, you play horse or, you know, skate. And whatnot, like it just hit home. It hit home for me like hardcore. And what I really like about it though is that I haven't felt so much excitement in this sense since I've watched Air Gear. Like Air Gear was fun. That was a rollerblading anime series, underground racing and all that stuff in the back streets of where was that, in Kyoto or
Oh
no,
that was Kyoto.
It was either like Kyoto or Osaka or something like that. I can't really remember, but yeah, like love that. I loved Air Gear. I'm loving Skate Infinity for the same reasons. It's fun. It's exciting, and and then the opening for the OP for the show. It's such a good song. Super catchy.
So
love the animation. it's great.
I like that they dance and they stretch. They warm up for their
Right?
skate. It's so good.
It's so good. Yeah, I really like it a lot.
We have Nobody's Here says Skate the Infinity equals hot boys, creativity, and critical thinking on using the surroundings to your advantage and bromance. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ultimate
That
romance
is
in there.
exactly like in a nutshell. Skate is that.
I agree.
Basically.
I agree.
Great. It's a really fun show.
Alright.
Very nice.
Next
Next one. This one's gonna be quick because,
Bungo.
like the anime, it's gonna be quick. Bungo Stray Dogs 1 is basically a chibi spin-off of Bungo Stray Dogs. As you would imagine, these chibi spin-offs are the latest rage and have been more and more popular lately, I think, since Isekai Quartet came out.
Oh.
And it's like they're just like everywhere. I normally don't watch them, but I wanted to check this one out. It's hilarious. It's funny. It's cute. Like, it's nice to watch in between things. It's nice to watch to refresh your brain after maybe, I don't know, redo of Healer or something. When you need to like clear your mind from something really dark and crazy, maybe watch this show. It's funny, it's cute. There's no actual action or anything. Everything's just like kawaii characters, and That's it.
It's
Cute. But we're not there yet. So for now, Bungo Stray Dogs won. Go.
All right. Okay, my turn. I might have missed a couple of episodes. She catches me up on some of them because it's a short, and she'll watch it on her own time. But I do like the show a lot. It's fun. It's nice.
There's no story really.
Yeah,
it's just.
It's cute. It's I don't want to say it's an excuse, but it's a reason to bring back those characters and everyone that loved the character in the show from when it first aired. Can enjoy them in chibi form.
Really cute.
Yeah, it's cute.
And that's
cute.
it. That's it.
That's it. Okay, we'll go on to the next one.
Next one is Promise Neverland. Can you believe Bungo Stray Dogs 1 is ranked higher than Promise Neverland? But considering our conversation in the chat, I guess it's not surprising.
Yeah.
Nakayubi says the show definitely brought back memories from when I was a kid learning how to skate. Oh, skate still.
Oh, skate.
Even their rooms look how mine looked back in the 90s. Yeah, that's probably why you also like it.
Yeah,
so
I think that's why I like it a lot. I like it a lot. It's so good.
Okay.
All right, Promise Neverland.
What is this? Oh yeah,
Go.
Promise Neverland is great. I have not read the manga, so I didn't know for sure what was going to happen, but I know some stuff that happens later on, which doesn't matter because it's not following the manga, supposedly, according to people, but it might just be skipping an arc that we're going to see later. Mm-hmm. Regardless, I love where it's going. I like seeing the kids have to survive. I love the mystery of, what's the name of the guy? Mr. whatever the English name that they always call.
Oh.
Victoria, or whatever his name is. I'm interested in that mystery. Like, why is there help scribbled everything in that bunker where they were? Yeah. Like, now they were pushed out. Yeah, like, what's going to happen? I love that we're finally getting to see the demons in this. And I love that there are vegetarian ones or vegans for whatever reason, even though they have different reasons to be vegan. Interesting.
Minerva.
Yes. Minerva. Yes, thank you. See, this is why it's great to have a chat. Thank you, chat. Yes, Minerva.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, that mystery with that whole situation is crazy. Now there's a recording. Like, it's really interesting, really cool. Can't wait to see more.
Yes. And then same thing. I'm very excited that we get to see more of the outside world. The fact that we got to know a little bit more about the history of what's going on in the world from the two demons that helped them out in the beginning is awesome. And to know how, like, devious they kind of are in the back end of it. Like, they're there to help out, but they have ulterior motives. And yeah, it's wicked. It's just freaking wicked.
Yeah.
I do like how with the most recent episode, we finally got to see Norman. They got to see Norman, and it was only a matter of time. But of course, I know that was like a huge arc missing in between that because there is an explanation. Oh, I don't want to give away that actually.
But obviously,
obviously, yeah, obviously you're gonna do that. But I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen next. Now that they have Norman, because there's gonna be more people, more trusted people that they can find out, and then we'll probably most likely find out about Minerva. If that actually was just a death trap at some point, but we'll see. It's trippy because humans were hunting them. It wasn't like demons or anything.
But it was other humans. In the plantations anyway.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. It's like now you're in a world where you don't know who to trust. Is like, are you trusting humans or demons in that sense?
No, I would just assume any human in the demon area where I am right now is an enemy. Like, if I were them, I would just, any human that comes into contact with me that's not in my group right now, or a kid that I'm rescuing, is against me and is a bad guy. And until I get to the human side, I don't trust anybody.
Ooh,
that would be my
Nakayubi, that's a good theory right there.
I'm guessing the mother sent Norman. Oh, maybe.
I have access to the manga. I just haven't read up because I like the mystery.
Yeah, me too.
I started watching the anime first and not reading the manga, and so it's kind of like I'll stick to just the anime.
I just think what's gonna happen is that they just didn't want to show us what Norman was doing. Even if they did show it in the manga, they just don't want to show us right now because anime works different than manga, and it's served in bigger portions, and so it's better to kind of sometimes flip things, like flip the exposition because it just works better that way in anime. So I don't think they're necessarily going to skip it. They're just going to show it to us later. Like once they meet up and everything, it's like, oh, what have you been doing? And then they'll show us that arc that should have come earlier. But that's just what I think. I don't know. I didn't make the anime, so
We'll see.
but we'll see. That's a good guess,
see.
and that sounds interesting. Woo. Take your notes to make your bets. Everybody.
I know, right?
Place your bets.
All right, guys. You ready for the next one?
All right, next one is, fun times. Hataraku Saigo. The Cells at Work Code Black. Oh boy, you guys. Okay, so.
Okay, go. Yeah.
I loved Cells at Work, the first one. So
Great.
cute,
So
so
great.
fun, so educational. I love learning. And the characters are adorable. I like that they're shiny. All the cells are shiny as hell. And then it's like this Code Black one. It's like, oh, it's a really sick body, you know, like it goes through a lot of problems. And it's like, oh my God. It's like, it's so extreme. It's like there's death everywhere, danger at every corner. Everyone's upset. Everyone's angry. Everyone's like under an incredible amount of stress. And it's just crazy. But it's even crazier to think that that's really what happens to your body when you're under stress and you drink too much and you do things that are dangerous for your health.
You don't take care of your body.
You don't take care of your body
basically.
Oh, like it's terrible and it's kind of depressing a little bit. And then, but the closing, the ED song is the ending song is great. Hako, and it kind of brings you out of that. Hey, don't be depressed. It's okay. Come on, let's go. So it's fun. It's really fun. It's educational still and kind of scary.
Yeah,
but I like it. I like it. Definitely watch that one first, and then the other one, so that you kind of like mellow out. Yeah, the season 2 of that same one.
All right. So yeah, same thing. This whole show is just one PSA. Let's be real. It's showing you what can happen at a micro level. Take care of your damn body. Like seriously, take care of your body. Eat properly. Don't do drugs. Don't have unprotected sex with strangers.
With random people.
Like all this stuff.
Eat well.
Protect your cells. Protect your macrophages. Hey, you know what? Don't get me started on the macrophages.
Oh, they're the best.
Like they're the best for your body, but man, those girls are gloriously horrifying. Like, man, I don't know what to say. But other than that, you know, the show is great. It's also giving you insight on how much medical medicine could help in these situations, but also how if you just avoid them and take care of yourself, you can be so much better off.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, oh my God.
Yes. So learn from that show.
Yeah, learn from that show. Serious.
Nobody says. My ex asked me to watch Cells at Work Code Black episode 3, and I was like, what is happening? And both of us just laughed. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, you get to see things that you know what they are outside, and you get to see them from the inside, and it's like, oh, okay, that's an interesting imagination of that. The little sperms, and how they're like little swans, and oh my God, they're just the ideas that they come up with on how to design these characters. It's just it's hilarious.
Show is so
it's
good.
Really funny.
That show is good.
It's really
I like
good.
it a lot. You know what? Just to add really quick, it's funny how they make you feel the emotion and the passion of how they had to get into the appendage and make it grow so the sperm can pass through and do their business and their job. And it's like, oh, but like now they did their job, we're happy, we're good to go, right? And it's like, oh, well, you know, who's to say if that was just, you know, self-pleasure or something wrong.
Like,
now they just went to their death and
and
you're
so
like,
depressed. It's like, oh no, all this work and it's like, yeah, so many times it doesn't even go anywhere. I'm like, oh my God, this is
I
too
love
much
that
detail.
show.
It's hilarious.
That show's
So
great.
it's funny, but it's kind of traumatizing. And then Nakayubi says, my body is like that, guys.
No,
please don't.
No.
Please
See, I
eat
worry
well
about you
and
now.
take care of yourself.
Yeah, exercise. Take care of
Please,
yourself.
yes.
Seriously.
All
right. Okay, let's go on to the next one
that's
then.
just too much craziness. Okay, so now Hataraku Saigo,
Still
the
the same
Cells at
subject?
Work, but
Regular season.
the regular season 2. So Cells at Work season 2 is more of the same of the first season. which is not a bad thing.
No.
We definitely we're loving the platelets. The platelets in Code Black are, damn, like they're intense.
Yeah, they're pretty intense. They mean business.
They're so
at least one girl does.
The leader. But in the Cells at Work season 2, we have them back. We have new helpful bacteria that we just learned about, and they're adorable. There's definitely a lot of kawaii factor.
Yeah.
And we are learning about new things, and
your body's microbes and stuff like that. Yeah.
What I like about it is that even though it's episodic, there's like an underlying story in the background, because like in this last episode, we were just reminded of the cancer cell that was there at the end of the previous season.
Cancer cells returned.
And it's still there, and so that's kind of concerning. But this body is a lot healthier than the other one. This body always fights off most things on its own without medicine. The other one always gets medicine or some sort of procedure done.
Needs medical help.
Yeah, Code Black always gets medical help, always. And this other, the regular one, usually fights things off on its own, but cancer may not be that easy. So I wonder what we're going to see. Like, I don't know if it's going to get more serious at the end. Yeah. Like, and going back to Code Black, will that body die? Like, I wonder if the end of Code Black is death or having to, like, revive him or what.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah.
We'll see. She basically explained everything that we can expect from the second season of the regular season. I like the characters, especially the microbes. You're learning more about the body, how you get the nutrients, blood flow, oxygen, especially how certain neurosystems control a lot of things, like, you know, the memory system that came and helped with that one bacterial virus that was it was like your regular flu virus or something like that, but it was more extreme, more powerful, and so they had a hard time like controlling it. But you had the memory cell like jog every active cell's memory to be better and all that stuff. Like, it's like that was interesting. It's funny how that actually, like,
it activates them.
It activates. It reacts in your body. Like that's really cool. I like it a lot. And then if I have to go back to Cells at Work Black, the other series, the side series, that one, I don't know. I have a feeling that body's gonna die.
I think so too.
They already gave a lot of information and like little what do you call it? Little hints that the body's like already at a point where there's probably no
They've
return.
asked themselves that
like
several times. Like, it's like, what's gonna happen when we can't continue like this? Like, we can't continue like this. So that, I wonder.
Yeah. All right. Next one.
Oh, just one last comment about Cells at Work, and it could work for both. Can we just point out how the characters and voice actors and actresses are able to talk about reproduction while keeping a straight face? Yeah, I've wondered about that too. Not only about this anime, but other anime too. It's like, how are you able to record these lines without laughing your butt off? Like,
you know what? Living in Japan and knowing a lot of the Japanese and how their comedic personalities are, I guarantee those took several takes. I don't think they got it done like one or two takes. Like, I'm sure they were laughing too, and it took a while. Probably. Probably, for sure.
Very likely.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
Right. You ready for the next one?
Yes. Okay, the next one is Kemono Jihen. Kemono Jihen is another... Is this considered a shonen? Was it on Shonen Jump? It seems like a Shonen Jump.
I think it is. I think it is a shonen,
actually. It's like
actually.
a shonen-y anime. Yeah, it definitely is. I like it a lot. I really like it. I like Kabane and his straight face. I like Kabane and his straight face and his just... It gets on my nerves in a funny way that no matter what anyone says, it's like, okay. Hey, stand on your head. Okay.
Oh,
hey, he's do this. All right.
He's too obedient.
Come over here.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, baby, honey, stop.
He's a bit obedient. I will have to say that, yeah.
And then Shika is like a huge tsundere, and he's adorable, even though he's a tsundere. And what's the Yuki Otoko? Because he's like a male Yuki Onna, a male snow
Akira?
woman. Akira.
Right.
Yeah, Akira. I love Akira too. He's so beautiful.
Is that his last name?
I guess so.
Iwaki Iwakia.
It's very long.
Mayuki
Anyway,
Shiashino
but
na-
yes, so I
Inono
love
Kono
these
Gosuru.
three main characters and the way that it's all going. I like the Tanuki Nugami, their teacher, their Kakashi,
Their
their
master.
whatever you want to call him.
He's a pain in the ass.
He's a pain in the
A
ass,
little.
but he's great.
He's pretty smart, though.
Funny. He's really smart. He really cares for them. I like how he went with them in secret with the frog situation in the sewers to allow Akira to get stronger and to like kind of defeat his fears, but still being there to watch him. He's adorable, by the way, in Tanuki form. Inugami is freaking adorable. But it's cute. Like, it's kind of, we were talking about this earlier, kind of maybe a little predictable, but it's very enjoyable. It's fun. It's enjoyable. It's a fun watch, I think.
It's nice. All right, so for Kimono Jihen, I like it a lot. I'm a sucker for shonen anime. I love shonen anime. It is great. I definitely do love like how basically he was taken from the countryside, not wanted or anything, because in the countryside, especially in the countryside, if you're like feared, there's no future for you. And like, so now he has a future. You get to experience that. You get to know that he has a family, most likely, some pretty strong demons too. That you know, it was at the point where he felt like he wasn't appreciated. He was just left, and now he has that hope. It's like, and so he has this ambition to want to learn more things, to want to be as close to human as possible, I guess, in that sense, albeit being very obedient. but yeah, it's really cool. I think with him, Kabane, great character development. I like it a lot. It's pretty awesome, and I love the Kitsune girl. She's hilarious.
Oh, Kon, that's what
Kon,
nobody else was saying. Poor Kon.
Well, poor Kon. Yeah, that girl, that's cute. She was deceived too. Why?
So much, but all the time,
yeah.
poor thing.
And like, so really quick, I'll end it right here. I liked it when they fooled her by getting Kabane's head to her, and he's there with this hoodie on.
He just has a zipper
and
on.
so she was fooled, obviously. And then they see her again later on, and like, you know, Kabane sees her, and she's like, oh, and he's like, oh, wait. He tells her. It's like, what the hell?
She's like, no, I know that you don't have it. I know.
Oh, that was so funny though. That was great.
It's funny.
Loved it.
It's really funny.
All right, guys, let's move on to the next one.
Slow and progressive pacing. Yeah, it definitely has a slow and progressive pacing, and yes, it is hard to know what Kaban is thinking, but I think I like that. Like,
that's part of the mystery.
I really like the mystery.
Yeah, I think that's what I like about it too.
Like, he doesn't know who he is.
Oh yeah, and then
how can he know how to react? You know,
and then learning about love and all that stuff too. Like,
it's interesting. It's cute.
Funny.
It's interesting. It's cool. Good shonen. Another good shonen.
It's a really good show to be a part of.
Yeah, definitely. Next we have
Higurashi.
The continuation of Higurashi When They Cry. Wow, this isn't even.
Oh man.
Higurashi is not even in the top 50. Oh no, lies. It's number 47, on my anime list. Popularity. Okay, so Higurashi. Higurashi. I mean, what do we say about Higurashi? Like, every episode, something crazy happens, basically. But now we continued more and found out that apparently Dika isn't the one that's looping, or is she?
No,
it seems like she's not. She is, but it looks like Satoko is also looping. But is it Satoko, or is it someone else? Is it Oyashiro-sama, or is it some other spirit? Is she possessed? Or, like, it's like we don't know anything, but now there's a little more because Rika thought she had control over everything.
Yeah.
But she found out she doesn't. She tried to control things and nope. Didn't work out. So now it's like, now we're back to zero. Now we don't know who's in control. We don't know who's who. But it looks like the loop has been broken to a certain extent.
It seems like it's been broken.
But
yeah.
maybe not.
Yeah. Oh, I would love to pick that up where it left off. So yeah, that's the thing. Like, so when they discovered that it was what was the other girl? The
Satoko?
blonde girl.
The
Satoko.
blonde.
Yeah. So when they discovered it was Satoko behind the whole thing, that was it.
It reset.
And then it reset. So in my mind, I'm here to believe that Satoko is the one that's controlling basically everything. It's almost kind of like a Haruhi Suzumiya kind of feeling to it, you know. She may not know it. Most likely she does, and she's controlling this sense because when that happened, yeah, she reset, and then you're in a new situation, a new dilemma, so to speak, and now something else is happening. There's another scenario that's happening or whatnot, and so you're kind of like it's like that back and forth. Like there's always a time loop. You go and you go back, you go back, you go back, and then you veer off a little bit, and it might reset in a separate way. So there's different timeline levels that are being developed here. It's really
kind
interesting.
Kind of Re:Zero-ish.
It is, yeah, it is very reminiscent to Re:Zero in that sense.
Like, people are dying and stuff is happening, and then it happens again, or it happens a different way, but it still happened, right? Like, I wonder what that's gonna come out to be.
That one's, I'm really interested to see. Cause
that's why we don't drop it. Like, no matter what, it's like, we need to stay and see what happens.
Yeah. Like, that's why we're watching 28 episodes.
They know how to get you.
They know how to get you with the story. And to be quite frank, the whole fact that 2020 was just a debacle with anime releases, a lot of series that were airing this season were supposed to air like last year or a few seasons before.
That's why it's so loaded.
So that's why it's loaded. It's just gold. This season is gold.
My theory is that like everyone who had their show canceled last year just like put dibs on winter 2021.
The next available spot.
And all the networks were like, all right.
Polish up your creations before you could air it up. Like they had time, so that's why I feel like everything's so good.
It's like two seasons worth of good anime at least.
Yeah, definitely. All right, next one.
Next one is bottom tier characters, Tomozaki-kun.
Tomozaki-kun. This one's interesting.
Here's the thing with this one, all right? It's at number 51 on my anime list popularity. And just from some reviews and some comments and observations, people are really hating this anime, and I don't know why. Yeah, like, I don't love it. Like, it's not my favorite anime of the season, you know? And if you watch Horimiya and then watch this, you are going to be a little, like, disappointed and be like, whoa, the art was so much better and the animation was so much more beautiful and the story is much deeper in Horimiya than in Tomozaki. But
it's not the same.
It's not the same. Yeah, exactly. And it's not trying to be anything else, I don't think. It's being its own thing. And just like Skate is putting a focus on skateboarders, which hasn't been done before, I feel that Tomozaki-kun is putting emphasis on gamers who maybe are a little withdrawn because that's why they play games. They've always been shy. They've always been, what do you call it? Introverts. They've always been introverts, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know? No. He happens to meet a girl who used to be an introverted gamer that figured it out and got out of it, came out of her shell, and she wants to help him do the same. And that's cool, and it's different in a way. I mean, I know there are other anime like it. Stay tuned for that 6 anime like. But at the same time, it's like, it's not a bad show. Like, it's not bad. I don't think it's bad. I think it's really good. I like the point of view of making people who are withdrawn from society, especially if they're gamers, to see life as a game and try to conquer it that way. Because life is hard for a lot of people, and it's cool that maybe gamers can find that way to get along with it, you know? And it's for young people, and it's fun, and it's
interesting.
It's funny, and it's interesting, and I think it's refreshing and cute and nice. I like it.
Well, if I have to say anything, it'll be short though. I understand the whole thing. I don't understand why people don't like it. I do like the concept, the approach. You have a shut-in, introvert, someone who's just all about gaming. You know, he goes to school because he has to. You know, that's a given in society, I guess. And then all you want to do is just play games. It's the same thing, you know, exists here in the U.S., everywhere in the world, and all that stuff. But you know, what I don't understand is why people are hating on that, or at least the concept and the moral interpretation that you get from it is like, is it because like people like the show's taking life and treating it like a game, and it's not taking it seriously or something like that? Are people offended in that sense? Of I don't know, but at the same time, I kind of like it because it's new. I want to see what can be said about someone who actually is trying to get himself out in society, to to be a part of the world, of the community. It is interesting.
He's not being
it's a
the
secret
best
romance
at it,
too.
though. Yeah,
it's a secret romance, and I think that's more what it's gonna be about. The second half. Now that we're getting into this,
that's why I compare it to
so.
Horimiya always, because obviously that's what's going on. Like, obviously Tomosaki and what's her name, Aoi. Wow, there's a lot of Aois this season. Aoi and Tomosaki are obviously supposed to kind of hook up. I almost feel like she's trying to change him for her own benefit. The thing that I find wrong with this show is that even though she seems to be polishing him for herself and he likes her, she's still having him, ask this girl out on a date, go out with this girl, flirt with this girl. And it's like, meanwhile, you don't care about this girl's feelings, you know? Yeah. And it's like, okay. And then they are playing it like a game. And okay, seeing life as a game so you can conquer it is good. But treating others like as if they were characters in a game that don't really matter after you're done with them, that is not so great. So Tomosaki may have earned a spot in our top 10 jerks in anime list coming soon as well for a couple of reasons. He's not super high up there, but it's not nice to play with people's emotions like that.
Yeah, it isn't nice. I think maybe that's why too.
Maybe he is. I mean, it is kind of jerky.
All right. Let's go on to the next one.
The next one is, this one's good too.
Yeah, this one is yes. Really, I do like it a lot.
Why with the long titles? Okay, so suppose a kid from the last, Suppose a kid from the last dungeon boonies moved to a starter town. Nande? Like, why Japanese people? Why? Okay, so this one, Last Dungeon, we'll just call it Last Dungeon, is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. This one is not an isekai, it's simply a fantasy anime. And it's basically an RPG, JRPG themed anime where, like the title says, the main character is from the boonies. The Last Dungeon boonies, so obviously, like, he fights demon lords for breakfast, and he sucks in his town, but just like when you're from a tiny town, or from a big city, and you move to a small town, you're a big fish, right? A big fish in a small pond, so it's the same thing. It's like someone from LA moves to, like, a little town in Texas, and it's like, oh, wow, you are amazing. You know everything about everything, and it's like, well, I'm from there. So it's the same, and it's really funny to see him react to, like, giant monsters. Like, where are the monsters? And everyone's panicking and running away.
Giant grasshoppers.
He's like, get out of my way, grasshopper. And he's like, these are pests, and it's hilarious. It's really funny. I like the loli grandma witch, the witch that kind of takes care of him.
Oh, yeah.
She's so funny. So she looks like a loli, but she's an ancient witch, and she curses the witch that's taking care of him all the time, and the curses are just hilarious.
I know. They're just like small,
it's evil. Well, that was the first one. It was like, you just have this. I'm cursing you with small misfortunes. And so just like random shit happens to her. It's like, oh, you broke a nail and like a paper cut. She stubs her toe. Like, just like little things. But then when they happen all the time, it's just like, no, like it's upsetting.
My favorite curse that she gives her apprentice or whatever, it was like, you're gonna get like stomach aches every 10 minutes or something like that.
She's like, oh, and it just runs to the bathroom. It's like, oh, that sucks. It sucks.
This chick is so horrible. And then I like the new girl that they meet, the blonde girl. I forget her name, and she's all kind of quiet and she's pretty tough. And it was so funny because like she goes and is surprised by him showing up at the cottage and whatnot, and she attacks him and like fucking just like gets him on the side, and he's like, he breaks a rib, but then he heals obviously, and so because of that sense or that situation, she's like, like she kind of has like these blushing feelings for him and everything.
She likes him a lot.
It's really funny, and then when they fight and she gives it her all, and he still kicks her ass in a sense, like. All of a sudden, after the match, she's like, I found him. I found the one that I'm going to marry. And then it turns into that thing, I got to find, like, the alpha warrior of all warriors in the world, and I'm going to marry him. He's going to have my babies. We're going to have the best babies in the world. Babies.
like Peter Grill. Except super innocent. Yeah, that's what I like about it. Like, it's still, obviously, he's still getting a harem, but it's so innocent and it's so funny. Like, it's just so funny.
It's
really funny. Like, if you
like
want
it
to
a
watch
lot.
a funny fantasy anime,
it's a really
is
funny
one.
anime.
Definitely watch it. Hold on before we move.
Oh, okay.
There are a lot of mentions.
No problem.
Can't say about this anime. Oh, they haven't seen it. Okay. So this is back from Tomosaki. They don't like the school comedy setting. You know what? A lot of people don't like that. That might be the thing too. It's just it's been done a lot.
Yeah, I've been coming across a lot of people that are just they're kind of tired of it now. Call it the slice of life depression in a sense. I guess.
Yeah. And then Nakayubi says about Last Dungeon that it's so freaking funny. It gives him Konosuba vibes with the comedy. Yes, it's ridiculous comedy, and just the timing is so good, which is something that I love about Konosuba is that the timing and the voice actors are just so good. And it's the same with Last Dungeon. I agree, totally agree. The giant grasshoppers are bugs. Yeah, they're just bugs, like pest. The Loligramma is so pretty, so petty with powerful rune magics. Yes, she's great. I love her. I love her.
You don't want to run into her in a dark alley.
Putting the old Baba's ball in the water was funny. Yeah. The Bell Princess. That's from another.
This is a good show.
We're not at the Bell Princess
yet. This is a great show.
Hold on.
All right.
Almost at the Bell Princess.
All right, let's go. Let's do this. We got a lot more to cover. Actually. Yeah, we got a lot more. We got like 9 more to cover, I think.
Oh boy. Okay, so next one. Dr. Ramune. This one should be pretty fast. It's easy. This one is like this reminds me of like a funny mushishi. Like a comedy, ridiculous.
Yeah.
A Monster of the Week comedy mushishi. So they find all these like supernatural things that cause diseases, right? And then this doctor,
curses,
quack,
call
this supernatural quack helps. Well, he's not a quack; he actually helps them. But so, what's interesting to me about this is that most things so far, except for one, have had symptoms that are food related. So everything except for one, and then on episode 2, right away you get a fish cake penis, and it's like, what? And that was interesting. So it's just, if you want to kind of go, what? When you're watching something and then laugh a lot, watch Dr. Ramune because it was ridiculous.
Oh, that one I laughed really hard. That was the best.
I love it. I like the blind Nico Nisa.
Oh,
he's great. He's really cool.
Yeah, that guy is awesome, and he shined the most on the one episode. Oh, I didn't even time it.
The one that's not food related.
The one episode that's not food related. He shined on the most, and that was great.
Have a good night. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, you gotta take her off?
Yeah, he's
take her off. Thank you very much, Nakayubi, for joining us. Until next time. Thank you. But yeah, Dr. Ramune is great. So it's so good. It almost kind of. There was another ridiculous show that had to deal with stuff like that. It was like a couple years ago. I've been trying to think about it and I can't figure it out. But there's a show almost similar to it, like supernatural, mysterious curses and all that stuff happening. It's like Mushishi is probably the closest, but there was one that was very specific that had just as it was just as ridiculous. Not Mononoke.
Oh, funny? Like a funny one?
Yeah, it was just as funny. I just forget what it was. But, that one was really good. I loved it. The Dr. Ramune is another hilarious one.
It's silly. It's episodic. It's ridiculous.
He's sadistic.
I recommend it for sure.
And all that, yeah.
He's selfish and horrible, but it's funny. It's
funny. Really funny.
It's really funny.
All right, cool. Let's do the next one.
Next, we have So I'm a Spider, So What?
This is awesome.
Which is awesome, and I'm also surprised it's not higher here. Yes, I love this one. I've been waiting for this for a long time, ever since I just even 55? Looked at the cover art for the manga. I was like, this looks really good. And then I saw there was going to be an anime, and I got really excited. Because I was like, oh my God. Just looking at the character design, I got really excited. And when I saw kind of the premise of it, that like all these kids go into a new world and she's a spider and she's kind of isolated and she's in a cave, and it's interesting because it's different. It's a girl, Not just the cute girl doing cute
Yeah.
things, but it's like a girl in a spider body and like having to do all these crazy things, like eating nasty things and beating things with her webs and trying to figure out how to survive. And
You know?
she's still trapped in that cave. She is not overpowered. She's kind of randomly discovering things like Bofuri, like so many other characters do
Mhm.
in different anime. But
Yeah,
it's looking
starting
like
from
she's
zero.
gonna be, yeah, it's looking like she is gonna be OP when she gets out of the cave, and it's looking like she's gonna be a demon lord. So that's really exciting. The designs are great, the animation's cool, the colors are awesome. I can't wait to see what happens.
I read the first volume of the manga and I fell in love with it. It was very nice. The fact that at least in the manga, it's not so much to spoil. So just let you know, all right. But there are some differences from the anime and the manga and everything. But I still love it regardless. The animation's great. The leveling detail that they put into her character and how she actually has to experience and do things in order to get attributes and abilities. So like I love that. That's accurate. That's just how it should be. In the manga, they do show that. It's pretty faithful to that. It's just not faithful to the point to where you get to see the lives outside of the cave from her. So in the anime, you're seeing other people, her classmates apparently, that have also been transported into the isekai because the whole classroom that they were in transports them. And so that's different. Their lives, what you're seeing from them is different. But in the manga, it was all focused on the girl. What I really, really, really like about it is the fact that with her, you don't know her name. You don't know how old she is. You don't really know anything about her. It's just her. She showed up. She reincarnated as a spider. And right there, she had to just survive. And I think that's what I really like about the most. There's a lot of mystery in that itself. Like, it's hard to judge what's going to happen next. I really like it in that.
It is really interesting because little by little we're discovering things, and it just kind of seemed like, oh, where is this going? Like, she's not OP, but she's kind of stuck here, and oh, there are her classmates. And now it's like one of the girls that reincarnated has become like this crazy religious, psychotically
dragon
religious
demon or something like
No,
that.
the white-haired girl.
Oh,
so
her.
she suddenly became super religious and obsessive, and now she's on the hunt for anyone who has this taboo thing that guess who has. But the dragon girl, who's in kind of a similar situation as Kumoko, the spider girl, she probably has it too, because she looked really nervous when they talked about the taboo situation. And she was like, oh shit, I hope she doesn't check me. So I think they're gonna have some sort of, like, because they're the only two that didn't reincarnate as humans, so that's gonna be pretty interesting.
I wonder how it's gonna turn out.
Yeah, and now the hero's hunting a demon lord, and like it's great. Like, I can't wait. I'm pretty sure in the next couple of episodes we're gonna see some sort of
I think so too.
face off between the hero and
so
Kumoko, for sure.
Oh,
Exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting, actually.
Exciting.
It's
This should be way higher. Please go rate this on Mount.
Yeah. All right. Next one.
Next one is Other Side Picnic.
This is interesting.
Other Side Picnic is very interesting. This is also rated really low, and I don't know why. I guess it's too much mystery. Maybe the girls' love isn't enough. It's not what people were looking for. There is a little bit of like sexual tension, I guess, between the two main heroines, but not really. Like, that's not really the point of the anime. I mean, there is love between them, but she's looking for her friend. Like, she's looking for the other girl, you know? Like, they're developing maybe feelings for each other, but in the end, they're looking for the lost friend or the girl who committed suicide or disappeared or whatever it is. So I like it. I like where it's going. I like the mystery, and I like the dynamics between the two girls. Like, I like that they did get into a fight for a little bit, but then it doesn't go into like a super predictable, oh, now she becomes the bad guy and now you have to do it. Like, it's not as predictable as you would think, even though it has some parts that kind of are. But I also compare this a little bit with Wonder Egg Priority. They also have the eyes. Oh, chroma eyes. I forgot. Oh my god.
Yeah, why?
I forgot the name now. But yeah, they have like different colored eyes, and then they have this like traveling to these alternate realities to kind of deal with inner psychological demons that they have, both of them based on loss, because they've lost someone, both in One Direct Priority and in Other Side Picnic. There's something that these people have lost. There's insecurity, there's anxiety, there's depression. There's all these things, and they're facing them in the form of these supernatural beings and places, and it's really interesting. I like it. I like it just as much as One Direct Priority, if not more.
I like it. There's a lot of mystery. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on. We do know that they're all transported into like another dimension of some sort, but it almost seems like
it's in the
they're
past.
not. Like, well, either
My
it's in the
theory
past,
is the past.
or it's in the future of some sort.
The station's so small
But-
and old-fashioned.
But that's it. But then that's when you're in that one world, though, and that's how the station is. But like,
Oh, like it could be the future, but it never developed?
yeah,
Like a different timeline?
Yeah, like that's just the thing. Like that's where the mystery lies, and I'm not too sure about it, and it piques my interest a lot, and so that's why I want to watch it more. Is like, what's the relation? What happens? Why does one girl and her ambitions seem to control more of the other girl's ambitions when they're there in the beginning and all that stuff? Because yeah, there was a point where they had the ability to go when they wanted to by decision, and then all of a sudden this last episode, like, that was thrown out the freaking window. Now they just showed up there, so there's some sort of ulterior motive
Because she
around.
put that hat on.
She put a hat on. That is true. Maybe
She put Lady Dimitrescu's hat on.
maybe like it's really interesting. It makes me wonder what's gonna happen. I just hope it's not one of those series where, you know, it drags until the third to second last episode, and then they cram everything in the
I
last
really
minute.
hope
So I really
not.
hope it doesn't. I really hope it doesn't.
Or that something really random and abstract happens at the end where it's like has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, exactly.
But it'll be interesting because also, like, what are these things that are controlling these worlds and these dimensions and these monsters? How do they turn regular machines into monsters? And kind of over to One Direct Priority also, like, those people with no faces, the ones controlling everything. It's kind of like the same question for both. It's like, who's controlling all this? Like, is it in their heads, or is someone controlling it? Are they aliens? Is it supernatural? Is it from another dimension? I don't know. So, interesting.
Yeah, it is really interesting, actually.
Interesting.
We'll see.
We'll
We'll
keep
see what-
watching
we'll
it
see
for
what
sure.
happens. Yeah. All right, next one. 243. 2.43 meters.
2.43 meters
means.
is what it means. But the name is what? 2.43 Sane High School Boys Volleyball Club. Oh, with these long titles. This one's really good. I like it.
Yeah.
It's I mean, not that there's anything wrong with sports anime. I just don't tend to gravitate towards them, and if I do, I don't follow them for a long time. But this one has a lot of sports and amazing animation to go with it. But I feel like it's focused a lot on the drama too, and the development of these kids through the sport, which I guess is what good sports anime do. Like Haikyuu kind of did it. I didn't watch
yeah,
it
Haikyuu
personally,
was like
but
that,
just from what I know, they seem to have done a really good job of developing the slice of life parts of it and the personal development of each character. And I think this anime is shorter because it doesn't seem like it's going to continue as long as Haikyuu.
Nah.
And I think it's doing a really good job of kind of condensing it and putting this heartfelt coming of age story in the sense of volleyball in school with these kids, and it looks beautiful and it's really well done. It's enjoyable. It's really good whether you like sports anime or not, I think.
I agree. I like it a lot. I watched a little bit of Haikyuu, but to watch that much of a sports anime to me is not as appealing. But this show is very appealing. And I think it's because they like she was saying, Liz was saying that it's packed with a lot of things. It kind of crams the situation of a boy discovering his joy for volleyball, and at the same time another one trying to keep his joy and his ambitions for it without having like other people disrupt that, because that's all he wants.
And being able to be a social being
and
too.
yeah, and that too.
It's not.
And then there's a lot of things that you do get to learn about that too, and there's really good character development in there. I like it a lot. As a matter of fact, that when you have, I forget his name. There's so many character names now.
Which one?
The main character, he has a friend who's kind of like a thug.
The thug.
Yeah, he's like a punk. And how he gets in the fight, and it's like, you know, you have situations like that where you know people, and just from knowing people, you can get into tough spots here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, his friend was looking out for him and didn't ask him to get into a fight, and it ended up being a whole little situation after that.
Which we'll find out because we don't know what happened.
Yeah, we don't know
fight.
exactly what happened, so we'll see what's going on. But the development with the one character,
Yuni is the main character.
Hajima.
Oh, Kimichika. Yeah.
He's intense. His backstory is awesome. I like it a lot. I highly recommend it if you guys like sports anime, or if you just want to see something serious, almost like a seinen drama.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. It's really good. I like it.
Yeah, like even though they're supposed to be in middle school, but the drama is real.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's I know it's like, oh, it's school drama, but it's well
real.
done. It's
real.
well written, and you know, sometimes you're older and you realize, hey, you know what? I felt like that when I was in middle school, and that kind of like makes you realize something, even though you're older.
It's good though.
But it's good.
It's
Definitely
good. I recommend this one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next one.
Next one.
Funny one. Oh.
Which one?
Egyptian gods.
Oh, Egyptian gods. Okay, this one's gonna be short and sweet, like the other one.
Yeah, really
this
short.
This one is, I think they were 11 minutes, and it's 2 short stories, and they're just random little shorts, like ridiculous little shorts with like stereotype little characters that are based on the Egyptian gods, and they're really cute, and they're ridiculous and funny, and they're just kind of like to let your brain relax after a long day. These are nice to watch, like, when you need a break, you're working, like, you're on the computer, and then you're like, you know what, I need a break, and then just kind of watch that. It's like, okay, that's cute, that's funny, all right, let's go. So it's super kawaii, it's funny, it's cute. If you know anything about, like, Egyptian gods, it's especially funnier because some of the jokes will make more sense. But you don't have to, because they kind of explain most things. And a lot of the things are more Japanese than they are Egyptian, the things that they do and happen. Like the Kotatsu episode, it's just like minutes of them lying around the Kotatsu talking about how great Mikan and Kotatsu are. You know, like it's not, there's definitely not character development, nothing out of the ordinary, but it's a nice little mind-melting, cute anime, short to watch.
I'll be really quick. It's really nice. I like it. I like the fact that it's kind of just, you know, it's jogging my memory again of the Egyptian gods. Like,
Bastet is the best.
Bastet is my favorite, actually. Bastet, and then Thoth is funny. And then we got what? We finally saw Ra at one point.
Oh, Ra showed up the other day.
Yeah, Ra showed up. Yeah. So like, you love the characters. Yeah. The characters are great. It's cute. It's random. It's a really nice show.
It's random and cute and ridiculous.
All right, next one.
Oh, here it is. Okay, here. This is where the belt girl is, right?
Yes, this is where the belt girl is. A dungeon only I can enter.
The hidden dungeon, secret dungeon? The hidden dungeon only I can enter. What a ridiculous title. Number 1. Count time, because I can go forever on this one. 1, ridiculous title. 2, why the hell is the girl just hanging there? And I don't know. No, just no.
They better explain that.
They may have at the beginning, but I don't remember. And then it's like it reminds me of Super Exeros. Like that's basically what it is, you know. It's like, oh, we're cute, we're magic, we're like, let's make out heavily. Some fan service. Oh, okay, cute, magic, ridiculous. Fan service.
You know, ridiculous. he's got to get his LP.
He has to get his LP.
Get that LP.
And the best way is with a harem, right?
You need a harem. You need to feel inadequate sexually. You need to, make out. You need to be in sexual situations and stuff.
The girl with the belt is hilarious. The
belt is freaking hilarious. Yeah, that chick is funny. It's like, well, the title explains everything. What more we want? The girl is just vibing there. She is. And so, like, that, yeah, like, I really, really hope that they explain why that one goddess girl's in the dungeon and that's it. But also, I want to know, because they gave way now basically that one of the nobles or something in the kingdom knows about that dungeon, had like made aware that, oh, maybe I should go and check out that dungeon or something like that.
But they shouldn't be able to.
But they shouldn't be able to know about it, you know? It's supposed to be a hidden dungeon.
Well, they
only
can
this fool
know,
knows.
but they can't enter.
Well, true.
Anyway,
I'm curious about that. Yeah, we'll see what's up with that. But that's all I have to say about it. Other than that, it's really funny. The Belt Princess girl is hilarious.
It's ridiculous. She's ridiculous. And so is the...
It says the one, right?
Yeah, isn't it?
Now I'm having doubts. Is this the one with the Belt Princess girl?
Yeah.
It looks like her.
Yes.
I think it might be her. It does seem like she has the same belt there.
Well, no, not that one.
Yeah, she was wearing red too. Oh, that might be the different anime.
I guess it was the other one.
Yeah. Anyway.
See, when they start blending in, that's not a good sign. If you like ecchi and ridiculous ecchi, and just like ridiculous fun times, it's okay to watch.
You know, maybe we'll have another podcast where we're gonna be all like, "What anime is this girl from?" And you say it, and it's like, "Ha, wrong. This is from this other anime."
They're all
blending
gonna know.
Characters. They all look alike now.
They do.
They do. All the characters do. All right, next one.
Okay, next one is. Oh, we're already on this one? Oh, holy crap. Okay, so this is the next one. We have Redo of Healer. We're probably going to go over this one quick. So this one's on High Dive is where it's available right now. It's not on Funimation. It's not on Crunchyroll for obvious reasons once you find out what actually happens in the show. This is really a borderline hentai anime. It's ecchi doesn't even begin to describe it because even the ecchi isn't like, oh, cute, flirty, sexy ecchi. It's like kind of messed up. Like everything is messed up. But it is a revenge story, like a hardcore revenge story in all the senses of the word. It's well written. Honestly, I feel like it's very well written. It's interesting. It's engaging. But it does make you kind of like cringe the whole time you're watching it. I mean, unless you're into some of the stuff that's on there, which is likely because it's kind of like a hentai, and so some people go specifically for what's happening. But if you're kind of just like, oh, let's watch a fantasy anime, and then you watch this, you're going to be taken aback a little bit. So just be aware, it's definitely not for the faint of heart. And there are a lot of very touchy subjects that if you're not okay with, like, abuse or rape. Certain like rape in situations like that, definitely don't pick it up. Like, yeah, he's doing it to get back at someone, but even just knowing like the original story is really messed up, and then him having to do what he's doing is really bad, and what he ends up doing to take revenge is just like crazy. But I'm definitely hooked to see what's gonna happen next. So
okay, it's my turn. I don't like this anime that much. I only like it because I'm super curious to see what the heck's gonna happen. This is like one of the first times we see something like this, besides what Goblin Slayer or maybe something like Berserk back in the day and everything. But God, this show's kind of cringe. We watch it, both of us, and there are points where like something happens that's extreme. Or the show ends, and it always ends on an extreme note, in a sense. She'll immediately look at me, and like I always have this face, this gasping face on me, just like.
And he's like in the couch. He's like as far back.
I'm as far back. I'm all like, curled up and everything, and I'm just like.
And I notice I myself, I'm usually like this, or like somehow like tight, just kind of. Yeah, it's cringe. It's cringe.
It's pretty bad. It's.
Not for everybody.
It's not for everyone.
Not for everybody. So just...
It's pretty bad.
Be warned.
All right, moving on.
Be warned.
Please,
what
let's move on.
What is our next one? Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
This one's actually better than I thought it was going to be too. Skate Leading Stars is, as you can see at the bottom of the list here. But it's actually very, very, very good. I enjoy that... It's about a sport without it being. I don't know. Like, it doesn't feel like the regular sports anime, even though it is. You know? Like, they're still competing with each other and this and that. But I like that there's, like, a little bit of the mystery of the glasses guy's name. The one that's coaching them. The one that's really coaching them, because their advisor's not coaching them, right?
The brother.
With the glasses.
Yeah.
So the actual, their advisor isn't coaching them because he's a famous skater, and so he's too good to be coaching kids, right? But this kid that is the one that approached Hayato, Sasugai approached Mashima at the beginning, and it looks like he has a score to settle with the little bastard that made Mashima traumatized with
yeah, I can kind of see
right
that.
Right, and he wants to get back to him too. So it's like Mashima has a sportsman like grudge against him, but Sasugai wants to, like, he really has like a vengeance in him that I feel, and I like that we don't know what exactly it is. I like that he's so good at what he does. He predicted all the scores for all the competition. Wow.
His predictions
so
of the scores was like spot on.
And I love that they're all developing. The skaters are developing, he's developing, and even the advisor who's not helping them is learning and growing and developing as a person.
Yeah, that's very true. All right, yeah. So skate leading, new concept of skating.
New sport.
It's basically an invented sport in anime. That doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. So I kind of like it. I'm watching it mainly because of that, to tell you the truth. The ambition that the characters have, the character development that's being created and we're seeing is also something that's really nice. Really trying to get the grasp of formation, execution, movements of what's going on and how like that scores, because I guess that's one thing that I never really understood when it came to like figure skating and whatnot. But it's entertaining. It's nice. Mm-hmm. It's pretty. Mm-hmm. It's colorful, and yeah, I don't know what to say. There's the right amount of drama in there when you have like schools and teammates fighting against each other. It's just like 243, the volleyball anime. Like that, it's basically the same.
Probably a little less drama.
Maybe a little less than that.
This one's more lighthearted. I think it has a little more comedy, a little more lighthearted, but it's the same kind of like drama sports. Mm-hmm. Like it's more about the dynamics between the people and what they're feeling and thinking than the actual, we have to go to nationals, you know? Like they do want to go to nationals, but they have other things.
It's the whole Glee thing all over again. It's like, we gotta make the competition. Yeah, we gotta make a state.
You gotta make
and a national or league, and it's like, now we're global.
Finals. Anyway, so
right.
That's a good one.
Next one and second to last one.
Is it? Oh, good.
Yes.
Okay, and so next we have another underrated anime, another underrated sports anime, I think, is Wave. Let's Go Surfing.
This one's nice.
This one's really good.
I do like this one.
I like it a lot. This one was originally released as 3 movies in Japan last year. In October, but they split it up into anime episodes, TV anime episodes, and it's actually airing both in Japan on TV and here as well. So we're all getting to watch it, the TV version, I guess you could say. And it's really good. You start and it's like, as a girl, it's like, cool, surfer guys, and they're pretty and everything's really cool. But then you get into the sports. There's a cat.
Cattail. It just came.
They get into the sports part of it and, like, you know, learning about surfing, and you see the passion in this new kid that discovers surfing as his new passion, and, like, the expert and the friendship and the buddy comedy. Again, these kids are also in middle school, and way too many hardcore things happen to them in just the first half of the season. Like, one's gone. We don't know if he passed away or if he just moved. But again, there is a lot of sports and a lot of passion for the sports, but it's more about the drama and the development and how these kids are using this sport as a way to grow up and to develop. The animation's gorgeous. Some of the characters, the other surfers, not the main 3, but the other ones are a little random. Okay. The CG is great. Yeah, the CG is great, although there are some parts that look a little. But for the most part, it's really good. I
Yeah.
like it. I'm enjoying it.
I like wave a lot. I used to surf periodically, not like hardcore, nothing like skateboarding or anything like that. But I did used to surf, and this is really nice. I did like it. It's very accurate in the beginning when they're teaching you how to surf and how to catch the waves and whatnot. And what I really like about it is the visuals. The animation is very nice. They have a nice blend of CG in there. Catching the waves, you know, if you're into surfing and whatnot, you watch this show, you'll have that feeling, you know. It's like, you know, I just want to get back out in the water and do it and then surf. Maybe even compete like they're doing with the show. But I feel like with the show and them putting in competition is more enticing for the viewers in a sense. Throwing in the drama of a friend dying out in the ocean, or maybe he moved away or something, but he probably died. Yeah, like then you got to mix the drama in there. It's really nice, and I like it a lot. It's really cool. I'm very interested to see what happens if he's. I'm sure the main character guy is gonna join the next competition that's gonna happen, and he's gonna do this for show. Yeah, show his friend show, the one that died or disappeared or whatever. That's gonna be a good one though. I like it. It's underrated.
I think so.
I honestly do think it's underrated. Yeah, just like you do. Yeah, seriously.
It was added kind of last minute. Even Crunchyroll announced they were gonna have it kind of last minute.
True. All right, last one.
That's it?
Not the least, and it's a good one.
Yes.
Here we go.
Yes, Heaven's Design Team. This is one of my favorites, honestly. It's like one of those chill, just relax and watch this and laugh your butt off. Anime.
Very nice. Very nice anime.
It's educational in a way, not really, because the way they get to these animals is very roundabout, but it's really funny. So
by chance and luck.
Yeah, so you have these creatures, you know, like creating all the animals because God can't be bothered, and so he has a design team to do it. But it's really funny because maybe it's because of the job that we have or the companies that we work with, but anyone who works in an office and has to take like orders from clients will identify with this show at one point or another. And there are parts where you're watching and you're like, oh my God, yeah, it do be like that. Like, it's seriously, it's like, oh my God, that does happen. You know, it's like, yeah, I've been in that situation where just you don't know what the client wants and you're trying and you stress out about it. And like the way they portray it is really good, really believable, nice. And it's funny. The designs are great. The character designs are really good. It's colorful. There's definitely a lot of diversity in that cast, in the sense of like there are a lot of, you know, like there's all kinds. Like you have all kinds of people there that like different kinds of things, and they're into different kinds of things, so they end up designing different kinds of animals.
It's have,
really funny.
LGBTQ representation and whatnot. So like, it's nice
there's
that they have that.
There's an older man, a younger girl, a big buff guy who's actually very emotional, a nerdy guy who's very majime, very serious. You have like the nerdy guys. You have everybody working because you need all kinds, right, to make the world what it is.
Basically,
so it's really cool. I like it. I enjoy it and recommend it.
So I like that show a lot. What I really liked about it is how they say like Cerberus, for example, when they were trying to create Cerberus, and you had to think about what kind of body you were putting, and you had 3 heads, but obviously you had only one head that was eating and the other 2 weren't, and that kind of affected the rest of the body in some sort. So they're just there. You had the situation with like the unicorn where apparently like a lot of the nutrients were going into like the horn itself, and like the rest of the body was lacking in, and it just died, and so they had to like restructure it.
Or the running gag where everything's too big and it just passes out and
like,
dies.
It's
too big again.
It's very clever with its creativeness.
But it explains why certain things don't work.
That's the thing. That's why it's like it's both serious and not.
Semi-educational.
Yeah, semi-educational and not. Semi-accurate and not. But that's such a good show though.
Yeah.
I really like that show a
lot. I definitely recommend it.
Oh, okay.
So
that's it. Yeah, we covered everything that we're watching. Obviously, we did miss some like
there's tons.
Steins Gate, a couple of idol shows, and some other ones. We
we're not watching any of the idol shows. We don't normally watch those.
No.
We used to watch Show by Rock. We watched the first season, watched almost all of the second season, and we haven't watched this third one. But some of the ones that we're not watching that are doing pretty good are, I know Kingdom, the third season of Kingdom's doing really well. People are enjoying that a lot.
No Biori came back.
No Biori for all the slice of life lovers. That and Yuru Camp season 2. We don't watch it, but they're doing really well. The Quintessential Quintuplets season 2.
Yeah, that one we're not watching.
If you enjoy that story, it looks like there's a lot that's going on right now that people are interested in, like, kind of thinking what's going to happen next. Who is it? It looks like they're getting close to who the mystery girl is, so that's kind of interesting. Definitely read the articles. We have one of our writers is very into this, so we have a lot of really interesting articles about it. Yes. So definitely look up that.
What are other ones? The irregular high school or the irregular magic high school or something like that?
Oh yeah, there's a continuation of that.
That one, Steins Gate, like you mentioned.
Okay, Steins Gate.
But that's basically it.
Those are the best ones that are.
We're covering everything else.
It's highest, the ones that are doing the best that we're not watching. But yeah, so thank you for joining us.
Yeah, guys. Thank you very much.
Heaven's Design Team. Other moments.
Heaven's Design Team is super nice. Yeah, actually, Nobody 17. You covered them for manga on the website. Thank you very much. I actually got to read the manga too, which is why I love it. It was great, and when it came into the adaptation, I was like super excited.
Really
so I was like, let's do it.
So the season's looking really awesome. We're still enjoying it. We only dropped a few. I didn't write down which ones we dropped. We dropped for sure X-Arm because obviously. We also dropped, I think that's the only one. Oh, the Scar on the
Scarred.
Project Scarred, Scar on the Pretir, or however you say it. We started watching that. It was okay. It wasn't bad. I actually like the juxtaposition of the 2D and the 3D. They did it in a better way than X-Arm or Jubiate for sure. The character design was cool, but it was too slow. It wasn't really going anywhere. And 28 anime anyway, so we dropped. Don't get us
started on X-Arm too.
If we had to sacrifice some, we sacrificed those.
X-Arm, best anime ever. Kidding. Of course you're kidding.
Let's not talk about X-Arm. We also have articles on that. So check it out.
Yeah, we do.
But that's it.
That's it, guys.
Not even top 5s for right now. We're loving too many things to pick 5, I think.
End of the season.
So stay tuned for the end of the season.
Keep an eye out for the next live stream that we're going to have for the end of the season. That one will give our top 5 for sure.
Thank you for joining us. How long? 2 hours. Hey, that wasn't so bad.
Camera stayed on. We did good for time. Yes. So that's great. I'm happy about that.
Thanks everybody. Keep enjoying the winter season.
Yes. Enjoy the anime winter season. Signing off. Make sure to like and subscribe to Honey's Anime on YouTube so you guys can get more videos that pop up on the website, on our channel. Make sure to follow us at honeysanime.com. We also got Instagram, Twitter. We have a Discord channel. All those links are on the YouTube channel. If you go to the About section, you'll have the links there.
Spotify.
We got Spotify. We have a Twitch channel.
Yeah.
Trying to do that every once in a while to stream some games, mainly to help some companies out so they can promote their games and they can get more, feedback and exposure. I'm all about helping the small people, so that's what I'm trying to do. It's the same with AAA. If they give me the game, I'll stream it for you guys if I have the time. So, but yeah. That's us signing off. All links are down below in the description, so make sure you click them. And other than that,
see you guys at the end of the season.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.